Hi, this is Rasz and you're listening to my daily thoughts number 35. Today's reflections are about system diseases autoimmune. Did you ever ask yourself the question what kind of government your body represents? Is it more like a democratic system or rather a dictatorship type situation? It seems at first it's a brain-controlled working mechanism, like in a computer system, where everything is more or less managed by the orders given by Her Majesty the Almighty CPU. After a few reflections, however, it isn't so sure anymore if that's really the case. The common goal of all parts of the body is its very survival. So every organ is trying to make the best effort to achieve just that. However, similar to a country with states, counties and departments, every body has its own specialized task, jurisdictions and veto power. For instance, if you are hungry, a strong signal is sent to the brain headquarters to do something about it. And if there is no action, that signal is increased over time until food is found and delivered. So strong veto powers are given to the different departments of the body in form of fatigue, pain and malaise. And the central processing unit has to take care of these signals, otherwise the body runs the risk to suffer or die. It rather seems, then, the brain is more like a captain of an autonome ship, just having the task to lay the overall course, provide for food, shelter and security, and manage the necessary intervals for breaks, repairs and resting in a timely fashion. Otherwise, the crew takes care of the ship on its own in mutual cooperation. So it looks to me that the body is in fact a very democratic system, with checks and balances in place, leaving the brain with a lot less power than previously anticipated. Let's see what happens if you try to ignore those veto power signals, one of which being the well-known headache. Well, headache, what is it? It's a signal that we interpret as pain, coming from the most intelligent organ, the brain. And if it's a chronic situation, it is called migraine. Headache is the most often used signal of our body, say ship, to tell the captain that something is wrong and that full attention is needed to solve it. So what do you do when you have a headache? The proper way to approach this would be to take time out and analyze the situation in order to find out what could have caused the headache and then fix it. Thousands of factors are out there that could be the origin, but you and only you can find it out. This is so because you and only you know exactly what you have done with your body, ship. To see a doctor does not really help, because the dog was and is not captain of your ship, and unsure of what really triggered the headache, he or she will recommend most likely the best-selling chemotherapy weapon ever made, the painkiller drug. It's a kill-all weapon of the dictatorial government type that completely blocks the SOS communication of the ship's crew with its captain, putting him or her in a state of wonderful feeling far away from reality. So the something is wrong on the ship signal doesn't reach the captain anymore, who, being kept in the dream world, lets the ship run full speed ahead. It's like a Titanic type situation, with the captain not wanting to know about the possible dangers in and out there. We all know what happened to SS Titanic, and the same will happen to any system, be it the body, economical or even governmental system, that does not want to recognize the faint or not so faint warnings that something is wrong. If the CPU of a system has lost the contact with its motherboard, base, body or crew, it's going for chaos. One very likely outcome is that the system is going autoimmune. First, the captain of the ship doesn't want to recognize the warnings that the ship is in dire need for rest, repair or overhaul, so he or she kills the democratic system of checks, balances and veto powers with the override weapon, often under the false flag named bodily or national security. Then, in order to force the ship going forward, he or she will seek to gain more powers and become dictatorial, so that nobody from the crew has a say anymore, even if fundamentally something is very wrong with the ship. Finally, if the crew organizes itself to step up with a loud voice, demanding change towards the original democratic working principle, they are going to be declared terrorists and attacked by the very defense system established to guarantee safety for the ship in the first place. Applying these happenings to your body will mean, if you have killed continuously all your body's warning signs for rest, repair and overhaul, your body defense will either become weak and you get cancer, or it will overreact and you will get an autoimmune disease. Applying these happenings to governments will mean, the world-leading governments, with a few exceptions, have left the sound and democratic base. All warning signs are being ignored on purpose, be it civil and human rights violations, constitutional violations, and responsible debt burden violations. They are in fact on a very fast pace going autoimmune in a dictatorial manner. Everything that counts is to make the ship going forward fast in the same direction, while the crew and machinery can't take it anymore. The Titanic outcome is clear. It's only a matter of time when it will happen. Since the captain have lifted themselves off the base of reality, the only way to prevent the sinking of the ship is if the crew makes a stand before it's too late and reinstates the original true democratic working principles. For today I thank you for your time. May the higher spirit help us evolve. Until the next daily thoughts, yours truly, Rasz. And today's post-lactum is: should you ever have a headache, instead of taking a pill, be truthful to yourself and think about what the cause for it could have been. Do not exclude anything from the list of possible reasons. Most likely you, the captain, has steered the ship into a situation that demands rest, repair, or a change in course. Admit your mistakes and make the necessary adjustments so they don't happen again. Once accomplished, the headache will be gone.